Alright. Day 2. Let us enter the Forest of Hope. Now, I'm gonna try and take this very casually. The fastest I have been able to beat this game is 11 in-game days. Which, to me, is impressive. Especially when you consider how much everything goes. But I'm gonna take this one slow. My dolphin has returned to the surface alongside the Pikmin's onion. Being on the surface of the strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy. I shall call the Pikmin out of the onion. I just need to stand in the light beneath the onion and press A. Yes, excuse me as I'm burping. That's very rude of me. Okay, so right now there's nothing we can do until the Pikmin break down this wall. So that's what I'm going to tell them to do. You two are coming with me. While they walk on the wall, you two are going to go attack this thing. I dismissed them so that they didn't come back to me after they knocked down the bud. And as you see, that was a yellow one. The red one got us 2 sprouts, as I was saying before. And now this yellow one, if you look at our total Pikmin in the middle, well, field Pikmin, it only got us 1, because now we're up to 28. Which is a bit sad, as you would always like more, but you have to deal with the cards that you are given. The card we were given today was just a yellow. Which is the same as what's going to happen every day. There's no random occurrences as far as I know in this game. At least not like that. Now if we look out in the distance, we see our first enemy. They are Bulborbs, or miniature Bulborbs. I can't think of their actual names. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things we can do with this. The Bulborbs will try to eat our Pikmin, but if we can throw one right onto its Thorax, we can kill it straight out, like that. But right now, I'm just going to tell them to do that, and start carrying the bodies. 3 there, 3 there. It will not always do what you want them to do, but that's just the thing I have to deal with. Also, that one picked up a thing without me telling it to. He should not have done that. Oh, shit. There we go. We saw our first Pikmin death. I am very upset. I should have done better than that. Yes, but we can also see that beyond just red and yellow, we also now see a blue. Those are the 3 colors that we're going to see out in the game. I'm saying this in case anyone somehow does not know much about this game. Because, obviously, not everyone is going to know everything about this game. Okay, I'm letting them just keep on collecting, and with this, we'll start getting this big guy. And again, we're always gonna want more Pikmin. And I don't think I was saying this a little bit before, but on the bottom, we see on the left that is Olimar, and to the right of him is his health. If the green bar goes all the way down, he has to call it quits for the day, and the day is over with. Still dealing with the usual things of what would happen if the day just ended. Any Pikmin that were not in our group will automatically be lost if they were not close enough to the ship / the onion. The middle one is how many Pikmin we have out in the field. And the right one is how many Pikmin we have in total in the entire game. Now, there is a limit to how many Pikmin we are allowed to have. And one of the things we're going to do in trying to boost our defense, our abilities right now is go through all of this. Well, that turned out really well. Another intriguing discovery. A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar. When the Pikmin drink this delicacy, they instantly mature in the flowers. And this apparent Pikmin favorite seems to be full of nutrients. Closer observation, it is needed to determine the strength and peculiarity of these flowered Pikmin. Yes, the way it works is that they stay the same in terms of their normal things, they are just faster. Now, the thing with the nectar is that it can be both a double-edged sword. It can get you a ton of flowered Pikmin, or it can get you 1, because of the fact that there is no, shall we say, cap on how many Pikmin can drink from a thing of nectar at one time. So if you're somehow able to, you might be able to get all 100, but unlikely. I don't think I've ever gotten 100, but I know I've gotten a lot on one thing of nectar. Or you can have an entire thing of nectar be wasted on one Pikmin. It can be really annoying, at the same time, very helpful. Now this guy, that one is an actual Bulborb, the giant guy, and I'm going to say right now, anyone who played this game before, there is a thing to know about this guy. This guy is glitched compared to other Bulborbs in the game. This Bulborb, you need to throw your Pikmin onto his back for your best chance of fighting him without losing your Pikmin. Because the way he is sitting down, he's sitting on a hill to the point that his backside is in part of the hill. So if you try to bum rush him, you will fail and he will eat your Pikmin. It's a shock absorber. This apparatus counteracts the shaking and swaying that normally occurs during flight. It's smooth sailing with this in place, usually. Okay, so let's grab that. Yes, I know, my little Pikmin, you're all upset. But don't worry, I got something for you. Now, you can see how fast they are, because A, how many Pikmin are on this dang thing, and 2, because of how many flowers are on this dang thing. Also, there's another part over there. I will be trying to take this slow, as normally, whenever I'm trying to, quote, speedrun this game, I would have all the pieces needed to move on to another area, which would be 3, 4 of them? I think it's 4. Now, we won't be able to see every item go into the ship, but we will see a bunch of items actually go and interact with the ship when we collect them. Shock Absorber. This nifty little device counteracts the shaking and swaying experienced in typical spaceflight. I have now recovered 2 out of 30 parts. I just need 3 more. I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. So yes, when I'm trying to beat this game as fast as I can, I usually try to get, like, essentially the entire 4 pieces of my ship. So with this group, we shall go get the battery over here. Why, it's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo! It has an unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. Yeah, as you can see, these things are heavy. I think the most expensive anything gets in this game is 45. And I think the most Pikmin you can have carrying anything is like 90. Okay, see if you can find a spot on that. Well, I'm gonna grab all of you. And we're gonna just start plucking. Now, I'm assuming we're gonna get 3, and I shouldn't assume, but I am going to assume that we're gonna get 3 of our 4 pieces that we can get this day, easily. There's more than 4 pieces on this map that you can get. There are a lot of pieces on this map. Eternal Fuel Dynamo. This should light things up. No more candles for me. I've now recovered 3 out of 30. I am now 1/10 of the way. If I can get 2 more, I can increase my ship's capabilities. What it means is that when we get enough parts, we'll be able to explore more parts of the world. And once more parts of the world open up, that's more pieces of the ship that we can have, as well as potentially finding some new allies. Okay, so this is what I was talking about before, about the whole bum rush thing. We just group them all together, they tackle their feet, and there you go. The other guy, you cannot do that without him being glitched, which is why I said you do this. Now, before we only had 25, now we have like 76, so this wall should go down faster. My clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention, the sun meter on my monitor, and choose my actions accordingly. So it is best for me to review the monitor's data. You're talking about the clock on the very top. Across the top of my monitor are the sun meter and the day display. At the bottom of my spacesuit damage meter, the Pikmin gauge left is the number reflected under my command, Pikmin in the field, and total Pikmin, including those in the onion. And to adjust my monitor, I can press L to rotate my... yes. So while we are doing this, and I have a moment, I just want to point out that there are different types of Pikmin in this game. And in Pikmin 1, red Pikmin are ultimately the most valuable Pikmin in the game. There are 2 other Pikmin types, and they both have their uses. But if you ask me, you want more reds than anything else. Because the biggest reason is that Pikmin all look different. Red Pikmin, for example, have noses. And I say it's because of those noses that the red Pikmin actually have a stronger fighting force than other Pikmin. They fight at 1.5 damage compared to these yellow guys right here, and they're 1 point of damage. So 100 red Pikmin will fight with the force of 150 of any other kind. I'm gonna call you back. And these guys, I'm gonna just have go over here right now. They can just bash their faces against the wall for all I care. And out of a yellow onion comes a yellow Pikmin. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests that this one has what, in some circles, could be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than others. In what other ways might it be different from the red Pikmin? No matter. They're obviously quite similar, so I should call this one a Pikmin as well. Okay, come here. If you're just gonna keep joining me and all that, go over there. So, yes, we now have another type of Pikmin, and that yellow sprout, I already forgot the name, is giving me 2 yellow Pikmin compared to when I put it in the red onion, and it gave me only 1 red. And this is also why I left some of these corpses out here, rather than taking them back to my onion, because these guys can pick it. Now, the yellow ones, as Olamo was telling us, they have ears, and they also have the ability to fly. Well, not fly, but they can jump or be thrown super high. Gonna have them grab all that. Now, because of the fact that they can jump so high, they can be a bit annoying when it comes to throwing them. But we don't need them as much as I was saying before. We won't need them as much as we need the reds, so we will find use for them. It just won't be for everything. No! Okay, guys, take the body. You notice we now have 97 Pikmin out in the field. So as they go get that, I'm gonna tell these guys to come over here and... Apparently we didn't notice. Made yet another Pikmin-related discovery. Just when I was about to exceed 100 Pikmin in the field, the onion stopped expelling seeds, yet the total number of Pikmin continued to climb. It seems that once there are 100 in the field, a subsequent seed gets stored inside the onion. Thus, no more than 100 Pikmin can be out of the field at one time in any area. This is very useful, for the simple fact that any more than 100 Pikmin, I don't have to keep sprouting them or plucking them out of the ground. The yellow Pikmin have picked up a peculiar stone. Why did they decide to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to the yellow Pikmin, but just what are these strange strange glowing stones? Brightly glowing cracks cover them. Perhaps these cracks indicate that there's a tremendous power locked away within that merits further research. So yes, be careful when trying to pick up the bomb Pikmin. I cannot tell you exactly why, but I can try calling them with the whistle, and instead they drop their bombs, which can just be more hassle than anything it's worth. The glowing rocks the yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps they know that these stones can be used as powerful weapons. The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them, but they should be able to blast open stone walls that block the pathway. I may even be able to use them against some of the wild creatures. I must be vigilant. Pikmin I dismiss by pressing X bring their bombs. When I call them back, X bring their bombs when I call them back. Pikmin I throw by pressing A drop their bombs when I call them back, keep clear of the explosion. When I touch Pikmin directly, they keep their bombs and fall in line. That's not always true though. I have had times where I've walked into them, but rather than them getting rid of their bombs, they kept it. If you're gonna go for bomb-carrying Pikmin, you want to just try and... you want to just try and walk into them. Now, these guys, the sheer grubs, White ones are harmless. Black ones can one-hit KO on Pikmin if they get their munchers on it. So you want to be careful on it. If they get their munchers on it, on a thing, then that Pikmin's dead. Even if you kill it, even if you get its health all the way down, that Pikmin is straight out dead. Now this thing right up here, one of the most valuable items in the entire game. It's a radar. Okay, now I'm not worried about the Pikmin. They will take everything back to the onions and everything on their own, so I don't have to keep babysitting them. It's a whimsical radar! With this, I'll be able to see all nearby ship ports in a single glance. I just press Y to check it out. This fills me with great hope. Now, I swear I am trying to take this a bit easy. Despite the fact I'm already getting my third piece. Now, if we were fast enough, we could easily get the fourth one, but... oh well. Right now, what I need is to get all these yellows put together, because there's more bomb rocks for us to get, and we're going to need a bunch. We're going to need almost all of the bomb rocks to open up that gateway back there. So, yeah. Just keep telling them to go, because different versions, or different colored walls exist. And some walls require more bombs to destroy than others. Some only require 3, some will require 9. We can also use these bomb rocks on, like, the ones that the Pikmin could bash their faces off of. However, that might also be seen as a waste. Now, we want to be careful. We want to throw them fast, but you don't want to throw too many. I like to throw 3 at a time, and I find that works out best. Without anybody getting hurt. Okay, but there we go. With that, we have now got ourselves the whimsical radar. This important part can detect the location of other missing parts. The radar will be added to my monitor, which I can press Y to view and see to zoom in and out. This will surely help me in the search for my remaining parts. I have now recovered 4 out of 30. If I can just find just one more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. Well, I threw 4, so I'm gonna need only 2 of you. Now, you gotta be careful, because you can accidentally throw them overboard, and have them, like, kill themselves by accident. Yeah, there we have another part. I'm not gonna be able to get that one back to the onion in time for the day. At least I don't think I could. Maybe if we had the leaves, the flower Pikmin we could. But all we got is leaves right now, so... Also, we have back here, if we actually look, we can see this is the back of our starting area. My clock is indicating the approachal of sunset. Pikmin waiting beneath the dolphin and onion will probably enter the onions on their own, but if I don't call the stragglers and add them to my group, they may not be able to get back. I'm sure the Pikmin still planted are safe, but I'm somewhat concerned about leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness. So yeah, this wall right here requires 3, and as far as I know there is technically more bombs we can get, but we have to go, well, we can give it a shot. I was gonna say, we have to go through here, but first off, I want to check this. Okay, because all my Pikmin are either right in there, or right in there. I don't see any stragglers about. So if we can get ourselves one... Get up, buddy. Get up. If we can get ourselves just one more bomb, we would have ourselves a faster way of traveling when we go out tomorrow. Okay, come on, guys. I don't need that many. I might not even get back in time. Ah, you jerk! No, I'm not gonna risk it. I was gonna say we... Oh well. Oh well. Hello there! Oh, you got many adults. I got a lot of flowers, if that's what you mean, yes. Welcome back, Cooney. I forgot how to say your name for a minute, so I actually had to go back and sing in my mind, Nino Cooney. Ba 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 ba. No, what? A bolts? Kaboom! Day 2 since impact. It appears that many of my ship ports have landed in this region. If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be... You already got the radar! If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How that would improve my chances, then I'd only have to press Y to locate my parts. Olimar. We got it. Yet, there seems to be many hostile life forms here. If I'm attacked and my spacesuits take damage, I must return to my ship, stand in front of it and press A to make my suit repairs. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. Okay, so we gave birth to 123 Pikmin, and unfortunately we lost 4 in battle. They are bolts because they use bombs. Oh, I've never heard of that term before.